Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing? Wait a minute. Oh. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Whew. Ready for the semester to be over with. But good. Um, Today, what I am going to do, I'm going to make this short and sweet, and give you guys um what's going to be on the exam. Um, what type of questions to look for, where possibly can you find those questions and stuff like that. So I'm gonna share that with you, and the topics, the ones that are on here. Do you guys already have your ACS book, like your study guide book? Do you guys have
Yes, ma'am.
that? Okay. Allie, you got it. How about Taylor and Katie? Do you guys have the book?
Yes, I have mine.
Okay. Chloe, do you have one?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Um, okay. While I am on, I am gonna Google to see if we can find it. Maybe one online somewhere floating out there as a PDF. Um, I don't know. I'm not sure. I've had students to tell me in the past that there have been some out there online, and that's what they found. I don't know. I'm not sure. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you where you can find questions that will help you for the exam. I'm going to turn my video off, and I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you where the best place to go to find questions and to study. Last week when I was on, did y'all get the topics? Like what topics are going to be on the exam? What chapters they coming from and everything? Did you guys get those?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. If you didn't, go back and review the video. Basically, it's from chapter 11 up to chapter 21. That's where they're coming from. It won't be anything from chapter 12 on there, but 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, and 21. Those are the chapters. Questions, where can I find questions for that? Let me hit a share. I'm going to cut my video off for a moment, and I am going to share. Which one? Oh, right here. And let me pull this down. What I did was I just Googled ACS exams. What they do is every year, and I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but a lot of the local high school students that have or colleges that have ACS chapters. I'm a member of ACS, that's American Chemical Society. They hold what they call these chemical Olympiad events. And these are standardized tests that they give to students that are in high school that are probably in AP chemistry and different things like that. The tests are set up similar to this, and I wanted you guys to actually see how a standardized test is set up according to ACS, so that you can see it. They set up very similar. It's just that you guys will be taking this. The next time when you take an exam, when we're in the classroom, this is how it's going to look. You guys are going to have 70 questions. You're going to have the class time to take that, the class allotted time. You guys' exam is on Thursday, the 7th. So you guys are at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to open the exam up at that time. It's going to close probably around midnight. So that's what's going to happen. So usually it tells you this. You are given something like this, so I'll make sure I put some of this up for you guys so you'll know all your different constants and stuff. So I will pull that and put that up for you guys. The periodic table, I told you it looks similar to this. This is how your periodic table look. You have to know you have to know your elements and stuff. So that's what they do. And then the questions look very similar to this. Now, I'm going to show you where to find these at online, but like this test have all the chemistry topics on there, pretty much the whole book. But some of the questions are going to look similar to this. Like you might have a question from the lab, what is the best way to dispense liquids using a volumetric pipette? So they will ask questions like that if it's lab questions and stuff. And I'm going to tell you guys, the hint is the same people most of the time that write the test for the ACS also write the exam questions for the MCAT, or they are reviewers of the questions for the MCAT, for the chemistry part. So that's my hint to you. So the questions will look pretty much very similar in the way that they ask them. So I want you guys to really understand that. So this is how the questions look. Like I said, I gave you guys the topics. This is one that has like reaction rate on there and stuff. What is the order of the reaction? Standard conditions. So questions like this you will see on the exam. So I want you to be familiar with how the questions are going to be asked on the exam. That's why I said also if you have your study guide, they look very similar because the same people wrote the study guide as well. So like a question like number 30, that would be a good question to put on the exam. Now, I may be limited to see whether or not if it can go on there, because some of these have pictures and stuff. So I have to see if Canvas can accept some of the pictures and everything like that. But that's what I have to work on with them. But these are some questions. KSP, 400K, this reaction has this. That's the reaction. What is K sub P for the following reaction? That's a good type of question you will see on the exam. So I just want you to be aware of what type of questions, where can they come from, half reaction questions. So like the latter part of this test right here, and like I said, I'm gonna show you where I found this at, would be a great place to start and start looking at what type of questions will be on the exam. Now, with these, the good thing about these have the answer keys at the end. So that's why I wanted to really tell you guys that if you find these Olympiads, they have the answers at the end. So you can look at the questions, study what type of questions, and look at the answer to those. So there'll be a good place to really start. Let's see, I want to share my screen, and so I'm gonna scroll back up, and I'm just gonna, let's see, some of the questions so you guys can see some of the questions that may be on there. Like these questions right here. These are some great questions that can be on the exam. And then what I'm going to do is share my screen to show you where I got these from so that you can know where to go look. Okay. Right here, if you go to acs.org, this is where we got the exams from. So if we were in the classroom, the exams were bought from here. Now, they have the Olympiad exams. They have all of them from 2000 all the way up to 2019. So that's a good source of study material right there for you to look at. So those are the ones. That's where I'm going to pull a lot of the questions from. I'm not telling you which ones, where they coming from. I have given you the topics. Some of the questions are going to come from exams like this. So this would be a good place to start. Also, your study guide is a good place to start to find the questions and look for questions. So if you want to know where I'm pulling questions from, this is where I'm pulling questions from. There are practice tests out there, all of that type of stuff, but this is mainly how my exams are going to be set up. Some of the questions are going to be coming from here. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of that, where they're going to be coming from. Like I said, 19, I just showed you that was the last one. Like I said, they've been doing these exams for years. And so they always post these exams up once they are done. They basically do the exam, they retire the exam, so other people, because other people that do this competition, they use these exams to study. So this is what it is. And so there are other parts to it. Some of them cover broad chemistry topics. Some of them are problem solving. And then they have the 8 minutes. And then they even have lab practicals as well. So I don't want you to think that Dr. Jones didn't do lab practicals because she just wants to do lab practicals. This is a standard, and this is one of the standards that we abide by from ACS doing lab practicals. So this is a national thing that we do. So it's just not anything that Dr. Jones, Dr. Craig, Dr. Baggett, or anybody else just came up with. This is something that all of the schools that have ACS chapters or don't have ACS chapters but teach chemistry abide by these rules. So this is what we do. This is a great place for you to start. I'm gonna also, let me see if I can find ACS study guide and see if we can find some of them. And there's some great videos that are out there as well. So you can look for that. There are places you can find stuff. Look on Chegg, look on Course Hero. And I'm not a big fan of Chegg, but a lot of people use Chegg. So if y'all use Chegg, it's stuff on Chegg. It is stuff on Course Hero that you can find. And so they have ACS Study Guide PDF. You may be able to find it out there. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of where to find questions, how the questions are going to look, the different topics, and everything when it comes to that. And what specific topics we're going to be going over, so that you guys won't get caught off guard or anything like that. So these are the types of questions and stuff that we're going to be going over. Questions that you guys may have so far about this. You guys okay? How y'all feeling about this? Starting to look at the questions and stuff and where to find them. What you guys thinking? And what I can do as well is I am going to, let's see if I have it. I can also put up just a list of broad topics so that you'll know where to find the topics, and put a document up so you guys can know what you guys need to look at. I can't give you exactly what types of questions. I can just tell you that these are the type of topics, and you know where to find them at in your book. And then I have told you where to find most of the questions. So do anybody have questions, concerns about this exam? I am not trying to make it hard, but want you guys to be exposed to what type of questions that are going to be on the exam.
I think we're good. Looking at this really helped.
Huh?
Seeing the examples.
Yes, that's what I wanted to do this week. Just really show you guys where these are coming from and everything. And I know a lot of people didn't get a chance to get a book, and that's okay. Like I said, I've had students that told me that they have never bought a book, but what they did was they Googled a book and found a PDF version of the book. That's totally up to you. I would prefer that you buy an actual book so that you can have it, because especially for you that are going grad school, med school, vet school, that's a great book to have as a resource for questions that may come up again. You will see questions like that on any of those types of exams. And I have taken the MCAT before. The only reason why I did not go to med school is because I got offered a free PhD. And so I didn't want to have a whole ton of loans for school. And somebody said, hey, we'll pay you to go to school to get a PhD. So that's the route I took. I really wanted an MD and a PhD, but I couldn't turn down free school or getting paid to go to school. So that's the reason why I didn't go. But I'm telling you, a lot of this information you will see on exams like this, and they will have the questions the same way. And like I said, I write questions for the ACT. So that's what I do. I write questions for the ACT. And some of my colleagues that write questions for the ACT also write for ACS. They also write for MCAT and different things like that. I haven't been asked to write questions for the ACS because they have their particular people. I do other stuff with ACS, like naming compounds and different stuff like that. So I'm on other things with ACS. I don't deal with that part, but I do ACT. So I write questions for the ACT. That I do. And I know people who write questions for these exams. So I'm just trying to put you in the right direction, where to go, where to point you. Like I said, stuff we have went over in class. You guys know how to do this. Now, things like, knowing how to do the ice tables and different things like that. Will questions like that be on there? No, not to that extent, but the elements of going around the ice table will be on there. Maybe how to set one up, and how to set it up, but not going through the full one like that. But they do ask questions on that. Now, if they have like the parts that you have to write, now for GRE chemistry, we had to go through and do an ice table and solve on those type of tests, because some of those do have written parts. But for MCAT, they try to keep it as simple as possible for these exams. They still ask the questions. You still have to sit there and figure those things out. I did give you guys some other hints on what could help you guys as well for the exam. I hope you guys take those to heart as far as things that you need to have. Make sure you do that, because that will help you. I'm trying to see what else. Just make sure things like understanding buffers, understanding hydrogen bonds, boiling point, freezing point, the half-life of reactions, the rate laws, and equilibrium. Make sure you understand that. I will say there is a few things on ideal gas mixtures, and I didn't see that one. I just saw that. Ideal gas mixtures or reactions. So that's just a little bit from chapter 10. but I just saw that topic on there. Make sure you do that. But most of the stuff, what we covered, that's why I went back this semester and reviewed gases earlier in the semester. Make sure you understand all of those. The voltaic cells, molar solubility, entropy, gives free energy, delta G, delta H, delta S. Those things will be on there. Standard reduction potentials, how to solve those really easily. That would be on there. Like I said, I'm pretty much done with doing the exam. I'm working on another exam right now, but that is what I can give you for right now. So go to this site, look at some of these questions. Like I said, you got the topics. Go through, look at some of these exams, look at some of the problems that relate to those topics. This will be good practice for you. Like I said, these have the questions and the answers at the end. So you can go through, study those. Like I said, there are videos out there. What I will do while I'm sitting here, I will find something with broad topics. And if I can find something that has the broad topics list of what is on the ACS exams, I will put those up. And then I will highlight that ones are General Chem 1 and then ones are General Chem 2. I will put those up for you so that you'll know what types of questions, what chapters you need to focus in on and to study. Will that work for you guys if I do that? And I think if I put all of that together, you guys should be good.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Oh, not a problem. Don't mind doing it at all. Well, you guys, that's all. I mean, I really had. I just wanted to be able to point you in the right direction of how the tests are going to look, where you guys need to look, and where you guys need to focus for the exam. So there you go. Like I said, I'll put together a small topic list and tell you, because I got one that has all the topics, because normally when I have given the exams in the past, either I give it for the whole year or for the half a year. So I have, I think, my study guide for the whole year, and then I'll highlight what specific topics is on that document that you guys need to focus in on. So I'll do that. I'll post that really quick for you guys. That is all that I have. That's pretty much it, you guys. Thursday, if you got questions or anything, I'm going to jump on, but if you got questions or anything on Thursday, please get on, ask me. So I'll be on. If you got any questions, any other things that you guys may need, I'll be on Thursday to talk to you guys as well. But I just wanted to be able to give you guys that, and so that you guys can be prepared to study for the exam. And I want to give you guys plenty of time to sit down and focus for the exam. So good luck. I hope this will help you. And then I think a few of you guys, I will be seeing you guys in the fall in organic chem. So I will see you guys then. Have a good one, and let me get this document posted for you guys. I'll just send it as an announcement to both of the classes so that you guys can have that. All right. If there's not any other questions, I will talk to you guys on Thursday if you need me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have a good one, you guys. Stay safe.
You too.
All right.